All right, Nick from Sly Leads here. So the algorithms reward showing your face off, and I like looking at myself on camera, I guess. So here I am with some more content. I'm going to ask a question that I'm going to answer a question that I get asked pretty often from newer people. So this is more of a beginner type of question, but let's dive into it. So, how to get your first client? Let's say you have a service you want to offer. Let's say you want to start learning how to do SEO. Let's say you want to start learning how to do sales. Let's say you want to start learning how to do video editing. Anything. You could literally offer to paint people's houses. You can offer to wash people's cars. You could offer to mow their lawns. You could literally do any service, right? Any service that involves your labor and you are willing to do it. This is how you're going to get your first client. The reason that I mentioned using labor is because you probably don't have money and you don't have a team behind you. You probably don't have all the resources that a big business would have when they launch a new product, a service offering. You don't already have an audience. But if you do already have an audience, you should just be asking the audience directly, hey, if I made this, would you be interested? Type thing. But this is assuming you have none of those things. This is assuming you're Patrick from SpongeBob. You live under a rock. Nobody knows who you are. You just learned how to code after locking yourself in a basement for the last 3 years, right? That type of energy. So how are you going to get this first client? And I want to start just with saying effort does not equal results, right? So I think Bill Gates had a super famous quote, and he said, I'm gonna look. I don't even remember. I might like have skewed this in my brain to serve my own ego or my own self-image or whatever you want to call it. You Jungian philosophers out there, let me know what I'm missing here. He said that, hey, I'm going to look for the smart but lazy person because they're going to find the easiest way to do something, right? So if we look at getting your first client through that lens, it's going to be what's the least amount of effort I could put in to get my first client. And then if you are a little bit more advanced in business, we could relate this back to CAC, right? Customer acquisition cost. Either you're going to spend time or you're going to spend money acquiring customers. You want the amount of effort that you have to put in to acquire customers be as little as possible, right? So what's the best way in business, in my opinion, not just in business, what's the best way to achieve anything in this world? It's probably nepotism, in my opinion. So do you have a personal network? Do you have siblings? Do you have parents? Do you have aunts, uncles? Do you literally have anybody you know, friends, neighbors, mentors, teachers, professors? Is there any connection that you can make with somebody that could aid you in your success? Right? That would be the number one thing that I would look for. Hey, I have this buddy. He runs his own business doing landscaping. I want to test out my SEO skills. He's a buddy of mine. I'm just starting out. I don't really care about getting paid a lot. I just want to see if I could do it and prove myself. So that's the line of thinking that someone would go through if they just learned SEO and they want to like market their service and they know somebody who could potentially use the service, right? So just nepotism. You would go to your friend and say, hey, John, I know you just started this landscaping company. I've been working on SEO. Happy to show you what I can do free of charge because you're a friend of mine and I want to help you grow your business. And then in exchange, if you could just record a quick video of yourself for me, a testimonial saying how my work impacted your business. And that's a fair trade, right? So based on your history, experience, or network, who is that person that you could reach out to? If you, like I said, are Patrick from SpongeBob, you live under a rock and nobody knows you, you have no experience, you have no history, you have no network. Everyone starts somewhere. Obviously, you're starting at like ground zero. So maybe you're a teenager and you just started learning about online business. So what can you do? If all else fails, assuming you have no money for ads, you could do cold outbound. My personal favorite is cold email. I've seen people have success with Instagram messages. I've seen people have success with Twitter messages. I've seen people have success with LinkedIn messages. I've seen people have success with job applications and like cover letters and stuff like that. But I like cold email. And the reason I like cold email is that effort thing. At the end of the day, it comes down to the effort. So obviously, my current cold email systems or infrastructure, whatever, is pretty sophisticated. But if you are going to get your first client, you don't really need a super crazy system. You could get a free email account. It's not great to send from a personal like Gmail or Yahoo or whatever account, Outlook account, but you're just trying to get your first client. You're just trying to get your foot in the door. So you could choose any medium, any method. You can knock on someone's door. You could call their phone. You could show up to the restaurant and pitch them your service. Anything can be sold via cold outbound. So getting back to it, what I would do, it is really, really dependent on who you are, what your history is, what the service is, what the business type you're targeting is. But for me, if it's a B2B offer, I think cold email is the most cost effective B2B marketing channel with the greatest ROI. I am literally opening to debating people on this. If there's a better answer out there, let me know because I will start using it today. Thanks.